What's going on? Screen thumb. So we're gonna make some living soil today to plant the ladies in. I'll put the description of everything I'm putting in, or I'll write everything I'm putting in the description down below, all right? And I'll flip this camera around and I'll show you guys what's in all the buckets and bags and everything. Okay, here we go. So we're gonna go with some ProMix Premium Organic Vegetable, and it has Mycorrhizal in there. We're going with some ProMix Potting Mix, also has Mycorrhizal in there. The reason I'm using this is because it's got perlite and stuff in it and it's light and fluffy. Okay, we've got earthworm castings, we have alfalfa pellets, azomite rock dust, blood meal, Epsom salts, mycorrhizal spores, Gaia green mineral phosphate, that's bat guano, powdered eggshells, Gaia green all-purpose, perlite to help keep it fluffy, composted cow manure, and Stepwell, right? Normally I would use ProMix HP, but we're swapping out ProMix and we're going to be using Stepwell from now on. So that's what's going in, and I'll show you guys how we do it. Here, there you go. If you guys want to take a screenshot or something, I'll hold it there for a second. All right, while you're taking a screenshot, hit that thumbs up and hit the subscribe button right now. Go, click. And ready? Okay, here we go. I forgot to mention too, we're going to be adding some certified organic mushroom compost. Okay? Smells fantastic. All right, I'll show you what we're doing. By far, the easiest way to blend soil is on a tarp. And I'll show you why, okay? Just follow along. Ready? Here comes the mushroom compost. Next, earthworms. Whoa! Top of the bag tore off. All right, next, earthworm castings. Don't be cheap with your earthworm castings. Next, big healthy dose of alfalfa pellets. You can get a 50-pound bag of this stuff for about 17 bucks. It's sold as horse feed. Next, Epsom salts. All right, empty bag. Perlite. When you're pouring your perlite, don't breathe in the dust. It's not good for you. Empty bag. Azomite rock dust. This stuff is clay that's dug out of a mine in Utah totally organic. Looks like that. This stuff's damp, so it's a little clumpy, but pretty much equate this to a multivitamin for your plants, okay? Yeah, there we go. Azomite rock dust, in. Next, blood meal, super high in nitrogen. Right now, that's all we really need, right? The ladies aren't gonna flower for months, so we don't need to worry about the other, and then the P and the K in the spectrum. Healthy dose of blood meal. Composted cow manure. This will add organic components to it, right? But that's also going to have all kinds of natural biology in it, right? All of your enzymes that are, or not your enzymes, all the bacteria that you want to grow in your soil, because we're growing a living soil, hence why we're putting the worm castings and stuff in. We want this soil to be alive with biological life, because that biological life is going to feed your plants. Next, mycorrhizal spores. They come in, these ones are little pellets, right? Sometimes they come in a powder form. Put some of that in. What that's going to do is these are going to grow little tendrils called phylae all underneath the ground in the soil, and it's going to act like a little super highway for all the nutrients to travel down, and the roots will grow in a symbiotic relationship with that stuff. Super important. Next, powdered eggshells. I've got a video on how to make just straight up powdered eggshells, and I also did a video the other day on how to add vinegar to these to make straight up pure calcium instead of calcium carbonate. I think these are eggshells are, which makes it more plant accessible. Next is Gaia green veg. These are really, for the most part, these are the only fertilizers and store-bought amendments that I tend to use of this sort of caliber here. Also, don't stand downwind on it. All right. There's that. Next is Gaia green mineralized phosphate, which is bat guano. We're going to use Stepwell now instead of Promix HP. We're not using Promix HP anymore. Break it all up when you're doing this. That way you don't get big ass chunks like that. And this stuff expands a lot. Bust that all up. And any of the big clumps in here we'll just kind of break up as we go. We're using the whole bag. How's that? Break up any clumps. All right. ProMix. And now the ProMix organic veg. Done. So the only thing I don't have on hand right now is insect frass, but next time I go over to Johnny Genetics, I'm gonna go talk to Andrew and get some insect frass to add into here. So this is the reason you want to do it on a tarp. Watch this. Get your shovel. Spread it all out corner to corner. Break up any chunks while you're doing that. So we need to blend this, right? We got to make sure everything's all mixed up. So this is how you do it. Maybe my pile's a little big for the size of the tarp. So you just roll it into the center, spread it back out again. Yeah, it looks like I chose the wrong size of tarp here. So then you just keep rolling it back into the center and it'll just fold all the material back, all the soil together. So I'm going to do this a few more times and I'll show you what we're doing after. So I realized after I was finished filming that little section there that my battery indicator came on my phone and probably paused the video. So we've blended that all up by pulling all the corners of the tarp in one after another like that, like a big present, and folding it all out again. And it's all fully blended, super easy. Now what we need to do is we need to water it down. You don't want to water it down before you start this process. It makes it a lot heavier and harder to do. I should also add that you don't want to plant your plants in here right now. Okay, this is going to heat up like a hot compost. This is going to heat up now that we've added the water to it. So yeah, it's going to probably take a good week or so for it to blend up, because what we're doing right now is we're just like kicking off the organic life in here. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do the whole thing with the corners of the tarp again, blend up some of this water, and then see if I've got enough in there. If not, I'll add more. And also don't, I'm gonna wave my finger at you. Where's the damn camera? Don't use tap water from the city. That shit has chlorine and chloramines in it, and it will kill all that beneficial life that you literally are creating in here on purpose. No city tap water. All right, so now that we got the water added to it, it'll sort of clump up. That's when you know you're right. You don't want it soaking wet. You don't want it dry, because all that biological life that you're growing in here, it needs the moisture, right? It requires that moisture. So that's about right. When you can hold a handful and it kind of clumps up, you're good. So now all I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer it from that pile into a couple of bins like this, and I'll let it sit in those bins for about a week before I plant anything in it. So I don't really need to show you guys shoveling it into bins. Everybody's seen someone run a shovel before. So that's all there is to it, guys. So like and subscribe to the channel, follow along, and thanks a lot for coming out. And I will put the ingredients in the description of the video. All right, guys, have a good one. See ya. Green thumb out. So that's the finished product. 4 bins. And I'm going to put the lids on these, and I'm going to put them in the shade and let them sit there for about a week or so. So that's what it takes, guys. Living soil. No salt, fertilizer, garbage, no Miracle Grow poison. It's all alive, it's all living, and it's all healthy. All right? That's it. Have a good one. Peace.